Welcome back to Income Trading 101. Today is March the 10th, 2021. We're going to take a look at DraftKings. And that's symbol DKNG. D as in Delta, K as in Kevin, N as in November, G as in Golf. This company has, it looks like it IPO'd back in 2019. Yeah, 2019, summer of 19. And it was flat for a while. And 2020, it really started to move. Sure, it came off during the pandemic. This is this little glitch right here, this little blip. And then this company has come back roaring out of the gates. I mean, that's pretty amazing. At the beginning of 2020, this company was trading for close to $10 a share. And by 2021, beginning of 2021, and this is even on a down move, it had already doubled. So not bad at all for this stock. Let's take a look. Well, first off, I'm going to get rid of some of the volume data. I'm going to go ahead and add my moving averages in here and just take a look at we'll see what we have with this company. Oh, added one extra, did not mean to do that. We're going to go ahead and change them up to our usual, 10-day, the 20, and we're going to do a 60. Of course, I like to keep my short term as a buy signal, so I turn it green. My medium term is a sell signal, and I'm going to move that to 20 days for this one. And then I don't mind the yellow color in my long term, but I do want it to be 60, not 960, just 60 days. And let's take a look at what we have. So right now, we'll have to expand in. Just recently on the daily charts, you have a scenario where the 10-day is higher than the 20, which is higher than the 60. Now, we've obviously had this little downturn, and that really kind of stressed these moving averages, made it where they were very tight, but they appear to be separating again with the up move today. So let's see if that feeling of bullishness is confirmed in the lower time frames. So this one is not confirmed because you have our buy signal, the 10-day or the 10 period is higher, but next you have the 60 and then the 20. And since that's out of line, I would want to wait until these are at least in line before moving ahead with that purchase. It probably could happen tomorrow, but either way, I'd want to wait. The 30-minute level is very clear. We have a bullish trend beginning, and most likely the 15-minute will be equally supportive. Although, look at that, the difference between the 10 and the 20 is getting tighter here, which could be an indication that the tide is turning. But as of right now, the trend on the 15-minute, the 30-minute, I believe it was, and the 1 hour. Nope, the 1 hour was inconclusive, but definitely the daily shows that this is likely to be a continuation of the previous up move. So let's take a look at the MACD. Of course, given that that we've had a nice long trend, I doubt the MACD is going to be that valuable to us in the daily, and it's not. I normally look for crosses, a buy cross to happen below the zero line and a sell cross to happen above the zero line. And we're closer to seeing a scenario where the MACD is crossing the signal line, which is a buy signal, but we have that happening in the overbought category, which means that at the daily, this really isn't a clear buy signal. At the 1 hour, this is actually nice. We have a crossover that happened in the oversold region back just a few days ago, earlier this week on would that be Tuesday? And that would have been your buy signal, even if you wanted to wait for the MACD and the signal line both to get into the positive. We're there now, and it's probably not too late to purchase. Let's look at this 30-minute. So at the 30-minute time frame, we had a crossover back earlier this week on March the 5th, and it's just been higher. It's just been moving higher. So that's sort of the continuation of a bullish trend. And then at the 15-minute, we actually had a crossover above the zero line and another crossover over here above the zero line. That for me is really tough to trade. And then you have a cross of the signal line is higher than the MACD line. They both are in overbought territory. So this leads me to believe that at the 15-minute, the MACD is showing slightly negative, slightly, what's the right term? Like it's going to be worth selling rather than buying. All right, our final, there really isn't any pullbacks. There aren't any pullbacks that weren't ultimately, it didn't ultimately lead to a new high, and therefore Fibonacci analysis is less valuable. But I will take a look at this trend here, see if there's anything noticeable for us to consider in our trades. So I'm going to just start here and connect, for the most part, these bottom peaks. We're going to go up here. We can probably tighten that up. So we'll just say roughly right there. If we really believed in the stock, we would imagine, or we would expect, that prices are going to go higher, possibly breaking the $72 range, that the $72 number rather, that was reached, the previous high. So I don't think this is a bad purchase by any means. I think it's worth taking a look at. That is a nice upward move. And I think I've told you guys before, I'm a much better trend trader than counter trend trader. And so because of that, I'm constantly looking for the trends that are out there that can be, reconsidered or end up making us, making us money. So I'm just playing with this graph a little bit more to see if I can. My goal when I make these trend lines, and when I'm making, parallel channels, I really want to get as much of the data inside of my channel. But that being said, I'm okay with some peaks and some dips going outside, beyond the scope of it. That's fine. Because I'm looking to use this for prediction, I don't have to be exact the entire time. And I can also play with it a little bit and see if this is, see how it looks, if it makes sense. So, yeah, it's fun. I definitely see this as an upward trend continuing. I think the pullback that we've seen on the lower levels, and even over the previous few days, I think those are more just the market taking a sigh and then pushing higher. So that's it for tonight's show. Well, you know what? Before I do that, let's see if there are any other noteworthy. And I love to see if I can find any sort of other support and resistance lines that might be valid. That one is valid from the standpoint of, let's see if I can. So you have a situation where back in June there was a double top, right? And then we tested that as resistance here in November of 9 and on November 16th. And then that resistance turned around and became support over here on the 5th of January. So, and what's interesting too is look how strongly this bar on September the 14th just crushed the previous resistance line, and likewise on the way down, this wasn't able to play support. It really just played support in a few different areas. So very, very interesting. Also want to take a look at this. Let's see. So that's where the previous high. I just wanted to get a sense of the previous high, and show that we've already strongly blown through it. No resistance there at all, and I think we'll end up passing this high that was made recently on the 3rd of March. So anyway, that's it for DraftKings. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a message in the chat, and I will definitely will reply to you. Otherwise, have a great evening and a great trading day. So long.